Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a video for you showing you how I tone match using that Fractal Axe Fx III. This is a video that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, especially since I've been really getting into the capturing process for the Axe Fx III and for the Tonex, Kemper, Headrush Prime. It's just really fun stuff. Something that I found is that the fractal tone matching is really accurate, and it's really cool because you can separate the amp from the cab during the capture process, which you don't do in the Kemper and all those other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you in kind of a wonky way how I have everything set up, just so you can try to replicate it for yourself if you want to try it. Just know that the FM3, FM9 don't have this technology, but you can use a tone match coming from the Axe Fx III, and someone can send those files to you and you can use it for your FM3 and FM9, if that makes any sense, which I have on my website, johnconoshiroguitar.com. Have a lot of different tone matches of kind of like Dumble style amps, which are really good ones. So today we're going to be using the 2-rock traditional clean combo, which is sitting right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the camera, I'm going to flip it around, I'm going to show you kind of how everything's all set up. All right, so this is kind of interesting because most of you haven't seen this before, but this is my cool little rolling cart. It looks horrendous right now, but as you can see, we have an FM9 on the floor right here, but that is right here, so you're able to roll this thing back and forth. Really cool. We got the Axe Fx here, MacBook up here, some lights. So here's what you want to make sure to do. You want to have some sort of monitoring system set up. So for me, I have headphones, so I'm coming out of the headphone out right here. And then you want to make sure to have cable going to guitar. And then let's go ahead and take a look back here. It's a little bit wonky, but you can see right here we have input 3, output 3. Input 3 is going right into this mixer right here, as you can see. And then we have these two XLRs coming out. And then here it is in its glory, the 2-rock traditional clean combo, and you can see all the settings right there. If you want to take a look, this is how I have the mics placed. So I'd say the 160 is like right on the cone, and then the SM57 is kind of right on the edge of the cap. You can see the settings right there. Output 3 from here, it's going all the way to the amp. Okay, so that is basically it, and also you got to have a guitar. So right there, that's my Michael SX Custom, and make sure you are turning these guys up. So you want to make sure you use input 1 here. Output 3 is what you are going to be turning up to get some output from output 3. So that's your reference right over here. So in the setup page on Axe Fx III, you want to make sure to copy, I believe it's copy output 1 to output 3. I believe that is it. But really, that's the setup. And you don't have to use 2 mics. I did because I like to capture all the different frequencies. So now I'm going to take you to Axe Fx III Edit and show you kind of the whole setup process for tone matching. All right, everyone. So now that I've showed you my setup for the tone matching process, which is relatively similar to how I do it for the Kemper and the Tonex, and also Headrush Prime, what you want to do is start with a really simple signal chain here in Axe Edit. Start with just like amp, cab, tone match, maybe some reverb. But during the tone matching process, remember to disengage the cab and any effects like reverb, because you don't want any weird artifacts going on. Let's start in the tone match block. So a couple things to keep in mind. set the reference source to input 3 and live mode. Something I've been kind of messing around with is this averaging time. So I do 16 seconds. I've seen that. That's a pretty solid number, 15, 16. Next thing is this reference solo button. As you can hear, you heard that humming coming from the amp and the mics. That's really important. And then for capturing, might as well just do this. You might as well just start both. That's going to capture the reference and the local signal. I don't know if this makes a huge difference, but having the reference solo on while you are capturing, not sure if it affects anything or not, but I always keep it off and then just see where I get. Now moving on to the amp. So what you're going to want to do is choose an amp model that is closest to your reference amp. In this case, the 2-Rock Traditional Clean. We don't have a clean platform 2-Rock in here, which is really important. You don't want to have the 2-Stone J35 because it has that overdrive parameter on it, and if you turn it all the way off, it sounds kind of garbage. So using the ODS 100 clean and setting it to kind of what I have it on the actual amp, which is gain almost up at noon, maybe a little bit past. We'll go like right here to start. Bass, mid, treble, presence, roughly John Mayer type of settings, but for this amp, maybe with the bass switch engaged, it would sound like that, but let's just keep it as is. Master straight up. Let's go to, so the power tube type, I set it to the 6v6 because that's what's in there. I want to kind of get it as close as possible. And that is about it. Something that you might notice right here, it's at 0 dB. When you do this tone matching process, you're going to notice that there's going to be a little bit of a dip in volume going from your reference to the local, which is your actual tone match. So you want to kind of bump it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of tone matching now. I'm going to be on the neck pickup, and really you want to just play random stuff. It doesn't matter if it sounds good. What I've heard is that just playing like noodling, even if it's not diatonic, whatever, just it gets the tone match block to pick up all the frequencies, everything that is super important to give it as much information as possible. So it might sound like crap, but oh well. Another thing, when you hit start both, make sure that you really start playing right away because you don't want to give any empty space at the front end or the back end. Okay, so I'm going to start. And don't forget to hit match like right away. Something that might be useful, which I probably should have done since I have one, hook up like an A/B pedal to be able to assign this reference so-low switch so you can just kind of flip-flop back and forth. But I forgot to do that, so let's just hear how it sounds. We'll go reference. Okay, really stinking close. Let's do this, see if it makes any difference whatsoever. I'm going to do the neck middle pickup and just see where we get. Just because different pickups affect the tone match process too. All right, let's go reference. All right, so I mean, it's pretty spot on, I would say. The one thing that might be hard to discern is the little subtleties because of the hum that's going on, but it can't really get rid of that. Like, I'm cooking this amp quite a bit, so there's going to be hum to it, but it sounds really good. All right, so we're gonna go with that because that sounds spot on to me. Next thing you're gonna wanna do is export it. So we want to pick a spot. Let's just do this one since it already says tone match test. And then you're gonna hit export, say yes, wait for it to do its thing. And then what you want to make sure to do is reference solo is off, and I'm going to go ahead and disengage right here. Open up here, go to the picker, and we already got tone match test pulled up. For you FM3, FM9 users, make sure the quality is set to ultra res quality. And let's go ahead and hear how it sounds. Let's go ahead and turn the output 3 off. Now, something that you're going to want to do is add a little bit of volume here, because if you notice, 0 dB by quite a bit. Let's start with 3. Let's go to 4. Sometimes you might want to add a little bit in the cab. Now let's go ahead and add some reverb. Actually, let's go ahead and bump this up one more time. And then something I like to do is add a little bit of room level. Let's go reverb. Been really liking London Plate. Add just a little bit of pre-delay. Let's go right about here. All right, so there it is. That is my tone matching process for the Fractal Axe Fx III. If you are interested in the 2 Rock Traditional Clean preset, the tone match pack, It is available on johnkanashiroguitar.com, and this is overall the same process that I went through for the Amplified Nation Wonderland Overdrive and the Steel String Singer. And I also have another one that hasn't really officially been released, but you can kind of sift through and find it on my website. It's the Fuchs ODS. It's a really, really awesome amp. But hope you like this. This is a really great technology. It allows you to separate the amp and the cab, which is really cool. Can get super, super dialed in. So hope you liked it. Check it out and take care.